This year is one of the first that has begun in a way that has already surpassed every hope that I had for it. We haven't been able to hit the road yet like we used to before Fuff came, partly because of the weather. Needless to say, I've still had these pockets where I've been able to get out to big places that make me feel small. Fuff's really started waking up to the world. He's constantly moving a part of his body and smiles so wide some days I actually think his cheeks might break. Already he's become the greatest kid we could ever have hoped for. He makes me so excited to have more. I remember when I married Liam, I felt like life became so colourful. In an instant I had no idea how I lived life before the one that I had with him. And then we had a child, and it was like every part of myself that I felt I'd lost over the years of becoming an adult suddenly came flying back. A few updates. Fuff's recently learned how to drink from a straw. A small milestone to some, but we've been practicing for so long it really was a championship won in our household. He's also started crawling, though I use that word loosely. He pulls his little arms to his body and propels with his right leg. It's so sweet, I'm already grieving how quickly he's learning. An old friend of mine, Ella, also came to visit. She's been living interstate for a few years, and when she comes home I'm privileged enough to see her for a few hours. Fuffy fell head over heels for her, as you can see. It really is wild watching your own child grow. When we're children, it's happening to us, right? We experience the magic of childhood as the children living it. But now, as a mother, I get to relive that magic again and again in a way that I think we miss as kids because we're not yet aware of the impermanent, fleeting nature of time. We are 8 months in now. Most days we're honestly just trying to make sense of the new life we've begun. And I say that as two people who desperately wanted and want more children. Our relationship has changed in a way that I never expected. We've both had to become more intentional with our words and setting expectations. But I also think we've both started figuring out the type of man and woman it is that we want to be for our kids. I often talk in pink and blue to our friends. I used to be very blue, and it made it incredibly difficult for Liam to be who he was. Since I gave birth, he's created so much space for me to grow so gently, putting in hours of work so that I could tend to myself to rediscover who I am. And then one day it happened. Suddenly there were little blossoms everywhere. I got my pink back, and he got his blue. It's probably the most peaceful place we've been in since we got married. All in all, I'm happy to report that the Jansons are doing well. Some days I still miss Fuff's little newborn scrunch. But then I remember the years that we have to come, and I get so excited.